Hello, my name is Wieckowski. I'm a freshman in the School of Engineering and Computer Science here at Oakland University. Before we dive into our discussion addressing this year's prompt, if the freedom of speech is a necessity in a democracy, I'd like to express my gratitude to the OU's Center of Civic Engagement, alongside the Office of the President, for inviting the entirety of Oakland's campus to participate in this year's contest. This inclusive opportunity highlights the importance of the diverse perspectives in tackling such an important inquiry. We thank you for opening the prompt to the entire campus to allocate for all of our voices to be heard. That is essentially what a democracy is all about. I'd like to take this opportunity to address this prompt by looking at it through the lens of three distinct perspectives: the global wide level, domestic, and here at our public university level. By exploring the prompt through these three lenses, I believe it allows us to gain a deeper understanding of the relationship between the freedom of speech and the health of our democracy. I'd like to first zoom out to the global stage, where it's important to recognize that not all countries obey democratic principles. Fortunately, it's the reality that journalists, activists, and ordinary citizens around the world face severe repercussions for expressing their diverse opinions every single day. It needs to be recognized that other countries around the world, including countries that do and do not identify with democratic principles, are suppressing the freedom of speech. For example, according to humansrightwatch.org, the citizens of Hungary are struggling with the Prime Minister Viktor Orbán's and his increasing control over the media. The Prime Minister has suppressed news outlets as well as individuals from posting their diverse views online. In an age where the internet provides such an influence, these restrictions of the freedom of speech completely undermine the democracy in Hungary. By suppressing these voices, it makes it simple to shape and mold the public opinion for the gain of one's personal power. This completely goes against the principles of a democracy here. Now, examining the prompt through the lens of a domestic view will allow us to dive a little deeper. In the United States, it can be debated that censorship in the media does happen. However, we can still personally make educated decisions while using the media as one of many factors in which we will make a decision. With the freedom of speech, open debate, and the media, and simply the freedom to exchange our ideas, our elected officials are held accountable for their actions. Transparency between politicians and citizens would cease to exist without this amendment. This is absolutely essential to a democracy. Holding our officials accountable that we elected through our educated decisions is so crucial and only helps the democracy as a whole to evolve and keep moving forward. Could you imagine not being able to question why our Congress ever did something? Through the freedom of speech, our citizens are allowed and encouraged to challenge our past. We are allowed to exchange our viewpoints freely, and this only allows for the innovation and the benefit of all. While it's clear to see how the freedom of speech is essential for a large democracy as we live in today, it makes me wonder how this can be applied to our public university level. Once we take into consideration all the opportunities we have here at Oakland University, it's simple to see the mini democracy we have here. For example, I took a general education economics class last semester. I believe this class was extremely important, and the democracy that formed at OU has helped us out tremendously. Throughout the class, my peers and I were encouraged to ask questions. Finances are something that most people are uncomfortable or it's not really acceptable to ask questions, but our professor made it clear that any question is not a dumb question, and he would answer everything. Debates would even arise sometimes, which only benefited us and made the 9 a.m. class a little bit more bearable. Oakland University has over 300 clubs, and all these clubs allow students to gather, to exchange our ideas, our thoughts, and have fun while doing it. All the clubs at Oakland University encourage diversity. We are allowed to put up flyers to promote our clubs. We're allowed to have setups around campus where staff and students can come to talk to each other and exchange our beliefs. What I'm getting at by stating all this is that the freedom of speech is most definitely necessary for a healthy democracy, and not only a healthy one, but a growing one. Oakland would not be a functioning democracy without the freedom of speech. From the student governments to the classes and clubs, we can take this democracy and apply it to the idea of a larger democracy such as the one we live in. The freedom of speech is necessary for a democracy because a democracy is not one without the people. And if we look at the people in Oakland University's democracy, we are improving and advancing every single day. Thank you.